Hey y'all, Matt, Massive Beers here with another, hey, I forgot to hit record on my camera. Because I do that from time to time. Sometimes I blame it on the camera, but no, this is me, all me. I just opened this, so we'll do one of these quickie reviews. Cri-Star IPA, it's a collaboration between Ecliptic, who sends me quite a bit of stuff, and Reuben's Brews. I don't believe I've reviewed a Reuben's Brews beer. I've had one or two throughout my beer journeys, but I've never reviewed any of their stuff, and I've really been chomping at the bit to try their stuff because I've heard so many good things about them. So Ecliptic sent this off, and they classified this as a 6.8%, kind of like a mashup between their Reuben Brews Crikey IPA and the Starburst IPA from Ecliptic. And it's a tropical IPA with citrus and pine. And on the nose, it was really just all this kind of dehydrated, slightly candied kind of tropical fruit. That's really all I got. A soft little sweetness, the tiniest little bit of kind of weedy dankiness I got on it. But on the taste, it really mashed up this big, and I keep leaning heavily into the dehydrated tropical fruit, mango, starfruit, kiwi, stuff like that. Dehydrated version of that. On top of this really aggressive bittering. This is a bittering that is resinous and piney. And really kind of has this kind of juxtaposition of that new school and old school West Coastiness that works really, really well. It's got this soft little haze to it. So it has this mouthfeel that is like medium bodied, but not as crisp and snappy and clean as you'd expect from a West Coast IPA, but it makes so much sense with the hop scheduling, hop dosage here, that with that tropical fruit, it gives you a soft little kind of subtle satiny, silky kind of mouthfeel a la haziness, and then it brings you not super snappy cleanliness, but you still get that West Coasty vibe, to where it ends up being at 6.8%, probably one of the better West Coast influenced IPAs I've had as of late, but one of the better, smaller, relatively small, 6.8%. This thing drinks more like 8.5%. So it's one of those beers that delivers at that lower ABV level. You give this to me blind, I'm assuming I'm drinking something at 8%, a double IPA level stuff. And it's just not the case here. You just have this kind of really cool, grounded in West Coast resinous thisness, and this cool dehydrated tropical fruit that lends itself to a really fun beer. I kind of talked about, because I did the whole review before I forgot I was filming, and I kind of talked about price point for a little bit. I don't do that a ton on these new reviews, but man, Ecliptic, their footprint is larger. They can be found not outside of the Pacific Northwest. And if you're telling me at their typical price point, which I assume this is going to be in the $15, give or take, $1 or $2 kind of range, I think I'm buying this more often than not. So yeah, this is really tasty beer. Like really tasty beer, especially if you're really into beer in general. But if you're into having like rotations when you drink beer, like when I drink beer, I like to start light, Pilsner, lager, a Kolsch stuff, E-cup, pale ale, maybe an IPA. And then maybe if I want to go another round, rotate back, have a smaller beer, medium beer, larger beer. This would be cool for that larger beer that's not really all that large when ABV kind of matters. So yeah, I thought it was quite tasty. It's like worthy of being Mount Rushmore kind of stuff. Probably just right off when it comes to like just strictly West Coast influenced beers. If you talk about just interesting IPAs, which is kind of my own little classification for some IPAs, I think this thing actually definitely shows and proves and is worthy of being up there in that one. Talk to me about this beer. I mean, give me your thoughts on the collabs, Ecliptic, Reuben's Brews, the whole nine. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Guys, gals, everything in between are on this brewery, beer, and style. But more specifically, you've had this beer. Give me your thoughts. What do you think? It hit the spot for you, because it hit the spot for me. Hit the spot for me. That's all that matters on this channel. But I want to know what y'all think. So there you go. Quickie in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little rehash. Fresh in my mind. Just finished. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.